All right, guys, we're doing little things a little bit different. We are here at Texas Trophy Hunters here in Midland. This is their first time out in Midland, so we're trying it out. Doors are open down here, 9 o'clock till 7 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock, I believe.
Oh, 7.
7, yeah, thank God. I was planning to be here till 8, so.
Justin's got his coffee cup. He's still trying to wake up over here.
Yeah, I mean, we were here yesterday from, 3 to 8, so.
We got it all mixed up.
We'll have a long one here today and see what we can't make happen, but
yeah, of course, fun. Hunting After Dark podcast. We're over here. We are in the booth here with all the products here from Feral Texas Outdoors. Of course, co-host Justin Rumley here, always with me, always. Decided he'd make the trip with us, so we got some folks over at the store holding down the fort for us, so we snuck out here on a Saturday. But there's a lot of cool stuff over here. We got Ranch Armor over here next to us.
Got some Land Cruisers over here to our left. Over there. Some pretty cool ones, man. They got 3 different kinds, and I don't know, Jason's been eyeballing the zebra one. We might have to get in a new paint job.
Yeah, we go to look like Safari running around over here.
He keeps looking hard at it, so maybe we'll end up taking that one home.
Here the white and black, you can hide out.
Tried to get him to get on the 4-wheeler over here, but he wouldn't even get on it to model for me, so I don't think we'll be able to take that one with us.
Yeah, it's one of them double-seater 4-wheelers. I said, yeah, couldn't y'all just envision it, just the two of us holding our guns strapped across us, sitting there riding double on a 4-wheeler?
I said, it'll be fun in the summertime, but when it came wintertime, we're hopping back in that buggy with the heater. It's too dang cold to be out there on an open cab 4-wheeler. So.
What's the company over here that's got what's the high rack company?
It's the Ultimate Top Drive. They have the Cabrito, and basically it's like a full-size vehicle that's all electric, but the cab actually raises up, so you can kind of basically like a high rack. You can kind of scan everything, and then whenever you're ready to move down, you just drop it back down. It's on a hydraulic system, and you just take off. So it's pretty fancy, but maybe a little too fancy for what we're looking at.
Yeah, Justin wasn't going to convince me to pick one up. I'm like, no, because I was like, how are we going to shoot out of this thing? How are we going to get around? I was like, someone sitting in the back, I don't know. We're just like, it's probably just not going to work for us. Not going to work for us and what we like to do.
Yeah, it's a cool design, but like I said, it's not. It does have a roll cage on it and stuff, but other than that, it's not cabbed off, so it's going to be hard to want to cruise in that in the wintertime when it's cold. So.
But like South Texas and West Texas, where you need to be up and see over like mesquite trees and stuff, on the shorter trees and shrub brush. I mean, I'm sure it's probably perfect.
Yeah, especially for what they're doing down there. Around where we're at, we get a lot of open fields, hay patches, cornfields, different things. So it would be nice, but it's not really what we absolutely need. The little high rack we got now is more than perfect. We see a lot further than we want to see, but like I said, it works perfect for what we're doing.
Yeah, so I like our little setup on that little 1500, base model where you can get into, inlets and things like that, and you're not having to maneuver a big vehicle, and not gonna ever get stuck. Flip the old one over, but new one, we ain't having no problems with that. So Nick Mahan helped us out with a lower rack for us, so we're all good to go.
Something a little more balanced out. That first one, that sucker sit there, teeter-totter a little bit, but that new one, it's pretty balanced out. So hopefully there's no more flipping over or leaning over type of deals. But yeah, that was quite fun.
Trying to think anything else cool. Our buddy Corey over there's got his Monarch blinds all up.
Oh yeah.
And Justin was making fun of me. He asked if I even gotten my blind that I picked up.
Yeah, as I say, Jason bought one last year. I was like, we walked by that booth yesterday. I was like, dude, you even sat in that blind you bought last year? He's like, no. Hey, go take a nap in it at least. That's all they're good for.
Thomas has got in it and tried to shoot a pig out of it. And my future son-in-law here, but he's got in it and sat in it, but I haven't had a chance to sit in the blind. Yeah, the thing is, if we were allowed to shoot turkey on our side of the county, I would have got it, because it's been having a nice big old bearded Tom out there sitting there at that feeder right in front of that blind teasing me. So
yeah, he comes by at least once a day, gives him a good shot too, right in the daytime. But like you said, he can't shoot turkeys east of 35 where we're at. It's only west of 35, so unfortunately all we can do is watch. So
breeding the population out there and take care of the coyotes and bobcats I guess we need to go out. We didn't even go shoot any coons.
No, down there on the river bottom. You got that river bottom rolling through there. So
wipe all those coons out. You see my other feeder, the one that's on the top?
Yeah, the lid's missing. The coons, I think the wind blew the lid off, and the coons they say screw spinning with the spinner. They just hop in the top and eat all the corn out. And
I'm scared to look what that feeder looks like inside.
Oh, you know what's going to be in there. There's going to be lots of surprises.
Shit and piss.
It's going to be all terrible.
From raccoons, but I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else interesting we've seen over here so far.
I mean, I think Silencer stops here, Silencer Central's here. A bunch of different ranches, outfitters.
Go look at us and get us another dead air can.
Yeah. Track is here. Track daytime scopes.
Yeah, Track's that's cool. That's what that LPVO that we have. We actually have it back here at the back of our booth with a little thermal clip-on attachment on back there. But they do a pretty good job on their daytime optics.
Can't forget about the old dips and seasoning, man. That's the OG, man.
The soup guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I first started doing the shows with Jason, that was one of the first people I met, and hell, I can't walk past them without a 30-minute conversation. But no, they're good people there, and if you ever get hungry, you just go by there, and he's got
you some samples.
He's got jars of pretzels at each little dip, and you just hammer down on it, and you go by the little the soup spot. He'll give you a little cup, and make do with what you got for the time you're in here. And like I say, whenever you want to come back by, he'll hook you up. So it's a pretty cool little deal he's got there. They're really good stuff.
Yeah, and then you got Jason Brooks over there, one of the owners of Sniper Hog Lights. He's over there in the booth. He was over here BSing with us yesterday.
Yeah, having a good time.
Tell him, yep, we're going to sell some lights.
Yeah.
Tell him we'll sell some lights this year.
What else you got? I mean, there's a little bit of different things around here. They're always cool to come and see who makes
feeders.
the trip. Yeah, who makes the trip down here. As I said, it was about a 5.5 hour ride for us, so it wasn't the closest trip, but definitely could have been a whole lot worse, and wasn't too bad. But we'll see. I mean, really see what it brings to the table today. Today is usually the day that makes or breaks the trip type of deal. Whether it's going to be a good one or a bad one. Saturday usually determines everything.
Yeah, and I don't know if we got any real new releases going on right now. The only thing I think was like the AGM released those new binos. Yeah,
we don't have anything 1280 here with us, unfortunately. We sold them all before we were able to get them all loaded up. I think we sold our last one the same day we were loading up, so fortunately no 1280s here with us, but hopefully we'll be getting some more in.
There's some 1024s, but no 1280s right now. Even though it's slow time here in the summer, it's like still people are picking all those up.
No, they're picking the 1280s up like crazy, and then we've got, what do we got here? We got the Rix DBH here. We've got we got the H50R, the H50 from Knock Picks, the L35. We got their new Quest binos, the H50Rs, H35Rs.
I forgot about the Quest. Get myself in trouble.
Yeah, I think those were what?
And you've been running the Quest. You said you finally are getting used to running the Quest.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting there. It does take a little getting used to. They are a 4-base in the 5640, but to me, it just takes getting used to. Once you get used to it, it's going to be kind of like anything else. You're just going to get used to wearing it or using it.
I think your badge is hitting your mic. I don't know if they're going to hear that or not. I don't know if everyone's been hearing it or not.
It's okay. It was stuck over here for a while. And then H35Rs are 3-base, so hadn't really played with those too much, but we'll get those out here next week and see what they're about.
The other Quests.
The 35-640 versions. They should be pretty good as well. And then we've got other binos, is the Observe IR from AGM, the 35-640s, the 35-384s.
Yeah,
those came in, so we've got those two here as well. One of my favorite pairs of binoculars to use. They've got all sorts of things. They got the digital night vision channel, they got a thermal channel, they got all different color palettes, built-in range finder. What else? Runs off of two 18650 batteries. They got all sorts of good stuff.
Quest
here, they run on an internal battery system and has a secondary 18650 as a backup. So they're pretty handy little guys here, and they are actually very lightweight. So if you have your opportunity to get your hands on these, come by see us or let us know, man. We've got a lot of time behind them, so they'll be very fun to use and add to your collection.
Yeah, so the Quests are only in the 640s right now, and then the Observe IRs here. They've got 256, 384, 640. Eventually they'll do 1280 as well. Yeah,
they're slowly coming, but like I said, the lightest, most compact are probably going to be the Quest, but my overall favorite at the moment is going to be these Observe IRs. To me, they've got an awesome image quality behind them, and honestly, running those things off of two 18650 batteries hadn't been terrible. They have a good battery life behind them.
They're pretty good, and you can run it. I forget which one it is. One side you can just run one. Like if you were wanting to try to swap over,
yes.
I forget which side it is.
Well, I've ran it on one 18650 battery, and it done it both. It
didn't matter which side it was.
It ran it. So it was
you're
funny
trying
because
to swap out batteries and stuff, guys.
Yeah, I was in the field hunting. We're mid-hunt, and we shot, and the scope turned off. I was like, what the hell? I looked at the battery was dead. So I was like, well, I don't need the binos at the moment. So I took a battery out of there, put it in there, and then I turned the binos on, and I was like, something ain't right here. But it would run off a 118-650 battery. Now, how long? That's always a magic question, but they will operate off of one if you do get in a pinch. That was an accidental discover. I was like, well, shit, the scope's dead. I said, well, I don't need the binos now. So I took the battery out, put it in the scope, and shot again, and everything all worked out good. So I was like, well, that's a good discover to have.
Yeah, the other big deal, we'll put those out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull Infotech.
Yeah, and if you're close to Midland, you come by and get our show special. We've got the Adder version 1, 35-640 here for $2,500. If you need a show special here, brand new in the box, we've got a few of these guys left. A really good 640 to get into at $2,500 price point. It'd be very hard to beat. So if you're around, or once you watch this podcast, if you're interested in it, just give us a call, shoot us a message, and we'll get you all geared up with it. Like I said, it's a good, handy little unit to keep around and get you. It's a good 640 scope for $2,500, which not bad at all. Oh boy, he's got some other good toys here. So here we got our. Everybody thinks it's an actual real AR, but it's really a airsoft or BB gun.
Little BB gun, little Crossman BB gun. Go full auto and shooting them BBs.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But we got the little Infotech pistol thermal up here on a ring mount. It's pretty cool. I mean, a lot of guys, these have been a real big hit. A lot of guys have been asking about these and been running them themselves. So it's a little 256 unit, but to me, it's a whole lot better than that. I was gonna say you could see very well for 50 to 75 yards out.
Yeah, I mean, close range stuff. I mean, just a little fast mini. I mean, you can see we put it on LPVO ring like that, but you can do 45-degree mount off of the AR. Like Justin said, like pistol, it does have Picatinny too. So like we put in like a CZ Scorpion Micro and ran it. It was a lot of fun to run. Yep. No bells and whistles of Wi-Fi or recording or anything like that.
Just strictly a thermal that you can sight in, change color palettes, reticles, colors, everything you can think of, just like a regular thermal, just without the Wi-Fi streaming, the Bluetooth, any of that stuff. So it's a pretty cool little handy unit to have.
Runs on CR2 batteries, so that's probably the only drawback is you're throwing batteries away. So it's not something you're gonna be using a whole lot, but a lot of the tactical guys or somebody that just wants to add some of that capability maybe at night, you know, something that's very, very close range.
Yeah, like I said, it's a handy little tool to keep around. A lot of guys put them on their 22 finishers if they're shooting pigs, coyotes and stuff, and they can walk right up to it. It's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's kind of our big deal got going on for as far as something like just a little different.
Yeah, it's something new. I think they've been out for a little bit, but people are just now figuring out what they're all about and trying them out. So they've been pretty cool for us. And like I said, we've tried them out, used them, and they've been awesome. So other than that, I mean,
we got stuff for helmet setups too. You can grab that stride out of there. So we got our Rick stride here. So guys that are wanting hands-free, we had a couple guys come by and ask us questions about that. But you can see here, we got all the helmet rigs to literally leave here today with it rigged up, full helmet set up, ready to go if you're wanting hands-free on a thermal monocular.
You got everything you need for that.
That's kind of our go-to choice when guys ask us for helmet setups, that this is kind of the most cost affordable way to get into 640
with a handheld
device. You know, you're not spending a bunch of equipment because they include that slider in there to go left eye to right eye, so you're not spending a ton of money doing that. So it's kind of cost effective.
And we got that basic helmet set up to where you get the free helmet and the L4 G24. So realistically, all you're paying for is the stride binocular. And other than that, like I said, it's an easy, affordable way to get into a helmet setup that you can turn into a handheld scanner as well. So that one's been very nice for us as well.
Yeah, we got some Fox Pro calls over here, but we don't have the new one yet. We haven't seen a 360 in real life.
Yeah, all I've seen them, I don't know if they're real. They might just only be on TV only.
They're all mythical.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just somebody created something that they claim is a 360. Nah, I'm just getting a hard time. I know it'll take its time. I mean, they want to perfect it before it comes out, and once it does, it's going to be probably the greatest thing out there to use, and so it's going to be very, very popular. So they want to make sure it's up to its best potential before they release it.
Yeah, because that's going to be a big taking over the market. You got Gary Robertson running over here around this, has a booth running around over here with his freak call.
His boombox, man, that's the boot you put on your shoulder and walk around with, and it's just way too big, and it's only going to be good to a certain extent. aside from that, it's
yes. Once Fox Pro launches that new call, I mean that one's going to be done for because now they're going to have all the speakers and the decoys and everything.
Well, what's going to help too is that freak is at $2,000. I think the Fox Pro is supposed to be cheaper than that. So why would you not go with that, knowing a Fox Pro is already an awesome call? So
and better battery system, because that's the biggest thing with the Freak we ran across is the battery system, battery not holding charge.
Yes, battery
range of the remote. You had to be in direct side. Everyone that runs a Fox Pro knows that you can essentially not see that call and still run that call.
That's like if you turn around, it won't work, but if you turn back to it, it'll work just fine. So it's just goofy features like that could be fixed, but like I said, I don't know what the reasoning is behind it, but it is what it is.
You know, you get all those Fox Pro sounds and everything that they had. I mean, they've got newer stuff coming out, but all those plus, you know, we do throw a lot of Tony Tebby stuff onto the Fox Pro,
MFKs,
but you know, we just don't have that ability with that Freak call, and then he has like no vocals and stuff, and everybody knows now taking advantage of those vocals more than just that,
especially
that prey or bait type sounds don't always work. I mean, it's great, you know, for bobcats and stuff. We always found out that had a lot of our buddies borrow it this year for bobcats, and it was great. But
it's killed a lot of cats. But once that 360 comes out with Fox Pro, it's gonna kind of eliminate it, and you can do that with an all-in-one caller versus just a one, or you have to put out the Fox Pro with it side by side. So you've got two callers out there.
Running two calls
just becomes a headache.
Work.
Yeah, it just becomes a headache. So that all-in-one call is going to be such a game changer. Just so much less stuff to carry. So you don't have to sit there and carry two callers out there. You can just set up that one, and it's going to do it all for you, no problem.
Yeah, hopefully they'll have it here in the fall.
That would be nice. That would be, I don't know, I think they'll hold off until the next varmint season swing comes back around. That'd be a smart thing to do.
I'd hope it'd be October. Get everybody Christmas presents and a bunch of them on order, and everybody wants one.
Yeah, there's all sorts of people at the store. When are you gonna get the 360? Man, I don't know. Whatever we do, we'll let you know, and we have no idea. So once they do come in, we're gonna be all about it and get everybody set up here that knows that we know that wants one. So hopefully it's sooner than later.
But all right, let's get into fun stuff then. That's what we got going on here. What do you think about the Texas Trophy Hunter shows?
I mean, they
added this one this year.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's definitely been different. I mean, it's West Texas. I mean, nobody really likes West Texas, but it's a different market.
They gotta come out here and work with.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I lived out here for 2 years, and I got out of here as quick as I could. So, I mean, it's a different market. Like I said, they're just trying to hit everywhere else. I mean, they go to Houston, they go to San Antonio, they go to Dallas, Fort Worth. Actually, the last show that we did with them was in Dallas, right in the middle of a snow/ice storm. So it was quite interesting, but we made the best of it and made it all work out. And then they figured that they would try to target the West Texas crowd here.
Yeah, they asked us if we want to come out here. It's like, yeah, we'll come out here and come try it and just see and support Texas Trophy Hunters out here. And I guess Texas Trophy Hunters SCI Safari Club International. So they're all kind of together now. But we went over there and support those guys. I mean, they have a lot of fun shows. It's been always kind of entertaining coming out here and meeting folks and you know, the other people, the other vendors, other exhibitors and stuff, as well as, you know, there's people that have come by, potential customers or people that just want some education. I mean, heck, yesterday, we spent most of the time yesterday just educating people about clip-ons. I think clip-ons, drones, and vehicle-mounted thermals was my main conversations yesterday. Was just educating people on how a lot of that stuff works. How all that comes together.
And then just like Jason mentioned, building relationship with the other manufacturers, the other companies that are here, and you know, they'll call us up later on and be like, "Hey, man, what about that thermal you looked at?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well." I was the same thing with you. I was like, you know, just looking at the suppressor type of deal. So it's just building relationships, remembering those people, and when they call you later and they, "Oh yeah, I met you face to face," and putting a face to the name instead of just hearing a voice over the phone, it definitely helps quite a bit. So that's the awesome thing about some of these shows. But I think by far my favorite show is probably Fort Worth.
It's in the Fort Worth show.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so centralized there. I mean, you got a lot of people that come down from like Oklahoma, Kansas, and then you get like some of the East Texas, Tyler people. I know there's a couple thermals that we sold. That are over there in that armpit, closer to Arkansas. And like I said, that to me, that one's, I feel like it's more centralized there. And then actually the location there, being downtown Fort Worth, to me, I feel like that's one of the better locations that they have to offer for these shows. But
on the Fort Worth side.
Yeah.
I said it's always fun doing these shows, and it's always a little bit different. Sometimes we change our booth sizes. So like this one, we have a 20 by 30, so we've got like the whole couches out here.
Big old TV.
We went and upgraded 65-inch TV in here.
Yeah, I mean, when it's kind of in a down period, we turn that thing on. We were watching the baseball game last night as we were in the last hour of the show. So, it's all sorts of fun stuff that you can do here, and like
somebody could have come by and got a deal on me in that last 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I was like making them doubles
special. That's right. I said Jason had a couple of stiff drinks and he was ready to sell. So,
but no. There's a cool little place we went to dinner over here. What was that place?
Cork and Pig.
Cork and Pig. We ate there twice.
Lunch and dinner. I was like, it's so dang good. And we'll change it up though for this evening for dinner. I was gonna say, I don't know. We might not be thinking anything good for dinner. It'll be here for 12 hours and think about eating.
How tired we feel?
We'll be tired, ready to go.
Get the hibachi out.
Yeah, because tomorrow will be an even longer day because we'll have the show from 10 to 5, and then we'll break down for that until probably 7 o'clock, and then from 7 to 5, or for the next 5 hours after that, we'll be driving home. So we won't be getting home midnight, 1 o'clock, and so tomorrow will be a little bit longer day. So
tonight they have Mark Chestnut playing tonight.
Yeah,
right?
Mark Chestnut will be out back, and maybe he'll have a scratchy throat.
Go ahead, just tell the story. Yeah. Tell the Mark Chestnut story. We've already seen Mark Chestnut this year.
Yeah, we seen him like 3 weeks ago.
In Salado, he came play at Johnny's.
Yeah, and he came out on stage, and Jason and I were pretty tipsy, and
Mark to the big day.
Yeah, he comes out, sings a few songs, and he's like, I think I'm tired. My throat's a little scratchy. I think I'm done.
Y'all have a good night. He just goes
off stage, and it's just like the dude sang maybe 5 songs, and it was just like, holy crap. So now it's funny that what a coincidence that Mark Chestnut is actually going to play live here at the show in Midland. So every time I hear his name, that's all I can think about.
We all just both over here dying laughing.
Yeah.
Like, well, hopefully he stays on stage.
Yeah, nobody understands until he actually does it. So we'll have to give him some shit, because I don't know, we might be closer than we probably should to the guy. So I'm going to be like, hey, Johnny's, what happened, dude? I was like, being a little baby.
Yelling from the crowd. Man, those guys in the 90s are all trying to make comebacks. I mean, didn't you see Alan Jackson last week?
Yeah, I see Alan Jackson. I mean, he sounds just like he does on the radio, but the poor guy, I mean, he's got some type of disease and he can barely walk. So that was his last show in Texas. It was actually in Georgetown last week. So he had one more left, and then he was done completely. And then
2 weeks ago, we saw Shenandoah.
Yeah, it's just like, retire. Why are you still playing? It's just like, you're done, man. Like,
what was the big Shenandoah song where he's like holding the sign up?
Oh,
what was it? I don't remember. I blank out the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, people were all about it, but then after that, it was just like, all right,
hit the one-hit wonder on
it's
there.
Like, all right, you can go now. It's just like pointless, but it is what it is.
Singer's got that jet black hair still, and there's no touch of gray in there. I'm like, man,
that ain't right. He keeps a Sharpie in his pocket or a can of spray paint or something.
Getting that jet black.
Yeah, but now at least they're still giving it a shot, doing something productive to keep them active and moving.
But seeing all those older guys from the 90s coming back, man, it's doing little performances here and there. It's freaking crazy, man. Sitting there thinking about listening to that, and I was in junior high. Hell, they play like Strawberry Wine over here a second ago. I remember dancing in junior high dance to that. I'm sitting here laughing.
He tastes like strawberry wine. That's it. That's what she's saying. But
talking dirty about all these songs over here.
That's right, but it ain't bad.
I don't know. It's always interesting doing these shows and things that you see, some of the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Ranch Armor's over here with a bunch of crap.
Yeah, I mean, they got their fancy rigs over here. We're looking. I'm trying to get Jason to get twins, but he don't want to do it. They look a little heavy.
The enclosed cab with the tinted windows and the hydraulic pickup deal on the front, and
have the feeder built into the bed and all sorts of stuff. They got the rooftop, the interchangeable roof that they had. It's a steel roof with light bars around it. I mean, it's all sorts of cool stuff.
It looks like it's ready for like Mad Max, like ready to go, Road Warrior.
I was gonna say, he can go hit some stuff and not even put a dent in it, but I don't think we need to be doing that. We have enough goofy stuff happen to us as we're going through.
Well, you didn't pick up on any hunts yesterday, did you?
No, I didn't. Everybody wants to go shoot a goat or a horse or I'm good.
Mangors and them
the Neil guys. and the doll sheep and the fucking, I don't even know what they call that.
Whatever that animal
goofy
is.
thing up there, yeah. And so I just have no interest in that. I mean, I barely deer hunt. And I get more interest and fun out of the shooting the varmints and the pigs and things like that than going to sit there and
still
shake
get
a bag
that
of
thrill
feed.
and that challenge. I mean, I know. I mean, that's how it is. Like anytime we get behind a gun, it's just like, oh yeah, if there's something sitting there still on the feeder, yeah, it's going to die.
Yeah, I agree. But
so I don't know. I mean, maybe we're wrong. Maybe there's more fun to it than we know, I guess.
Might have to try it out to go shoot like an Axis or something.
After you've been like helicopter hunting, got thermals running around at night, shooting off racks, calling stuff in, coming from different directions, pigs running at you in every direction. I mean, it's your thrill seeking. The level on the bar is getting kind of set high in our industry, and then you kind of go over is like sitting in a
what
line
can you do for me? You're gonna have
the whitetail.
Have an eel guy in front of me at 300 yards. I got to shoot him with the 50 cal to knock him down, but. Other than that, we'll see how it continues to roll. We've got a good little wave of people coming through, so.
Yeah, well, we're going to get back to us, guys, but come see us over here in Midland at the Texas Trophy Hunter Show. This is the hunting and fishing extravaganza. Yep, and we'll be here all day today up until 7 o'clock, and then we'll be here tomorrow.
10 to 5. We'll be
10 to 5.
And come by, check us out, and get you all set up.